Ready.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelei Shamayo. This is our MeWe Metaphysics and Wellness Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and online. We interview our practitioners and vendors so you get to know who we are before you meet us at an event. I'm here today interviewing Serenity Edward. It's lovely to be with you, Serenity. So tell us, what is it that you offer at our events?
At your events, I could offer tarot. I am a master tarot reader certified, and also coaching of a sort or counseling of a sort. With counseling, I would approach a person, and if it seems to be the energy that they're putting out, I'll ask them if they would like to talk later and provide them with the information to do so. Also with coaching, because I'm a holistic life coach.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have my master's degree in holistic life coaching.
Yeah.
So I offer that, but never will I push that on the people or try to, force them to do anything. If the energy is there and it's looking like they're in need, I will offer them, but specifically tarot.
No,
I
that's
love
great.
doing.
That's great. Yeah, I know some people they're not open to coaching. It's not what they want. Well, so tell me a little bit about, I'm saying, it sounds like you do a range of different things too, from the way you answered. So are there other things you do too? Like, I'd love to hear about those as well.
Yes. I'm a member of the International Church of Metaphysical Humanism, and they have a school. It's accredited as a secular school. And I have received my master's degree and also received my bachelor's degree, also my ordination and my certifications. So through them, and actually now I'm on the track to receive my doctor's degree, my doctorate.
Yeah.
So what I do there, my specialization is certified holistic life coach, but I'm also a master tarot reader as well. Mm-hmm. So in doing that, what I want to do is offer people different avenues of ways that we can live our best life. It is there for us. I'm a practical person though. If you are wanting something to manifest, we have to understand that through the manifest, faith without work is dead.
Yeah.
So
we stepping in.
Yeah, we can want as much as we want, but we have to put the work in. And so through my coaching, it's a team too. I will put forth my energy, but yours must be there too. We write out a list. What are the things you want to, what are the goals you want to meet? What are the steps needed to take the goals? And then from there, I'm your accountability partner saying, we'll make up a list of things that you have to do each week. And if it's not possible, then this may not be your time. And there's nothing wrong with that. At all times, I'm making people feel positive because the path is there for us and we take it in our own season. That needs to be understood. Unfortunately, with a lot of the more popular, The Secret, things like that, people are like, oh, all you got to do is think about it, and then next week you're going to have a $10 million. That's crazy, and nor would you want that.
Right.
You shouldn't want that. If that is all you are in this for, then you are not living life. You are off on some other and the type of counseling I give, I'm not actually qualified for. I think a licensed person is where you need to go with that.
Well, tell me about. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, please, no. I was going to go into the tarot.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Right. I perform what I call practical tarot. I'm not going to continue to give clarifiers when you're asking for it. When the cards are telling me right there what the issue is. The cards are very direct. They're very definitive. I'm sorry if you don't like the answer, but what we need to do at that point is you need to see what's before you and then look for another, and then start to develop a way to manifest something differently. Mm-hmm. But for me, the cards are the truth. Mm-hmm. I don't I have I've been reading for like 35 years. And I've run into things where people are like that. Well, that can't be true. Or no, you need to do another card, or I need to get another reading. I will only do one, and we will read those cards. If you do not accept it, then that is your choice.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
tell me a little of how you got started and which decks you work with, and yeah.
oh, certainly. Who I got started back when I was 13 years old. I love to read, always did, but I would pick up things like Scott Cunningham and other type of alternative spirituality books. Even though I was raised as a Catholic, a strict Catholic, I went to Catholic school and private school my entire early life. So I always felt drawn to something else. I knew there was something else out there. I just needed to find it, and so I would continue to look and study, and then I would just write things down and be like, yeah, this sounds more like me. This sounds more like me. This, but I would never disrespect someone who believes something differently.
Well, say a little more about how did you first connect with it at 13? Like, how did it first emerge for you?
And because I was in church, and a lot of the things that I'd gone through, all of the first my baptism, first communion, first confession, for all of that, but I had questions on things like, my father died when I was 4, so can my mother, and she never remarried. Why is that?
Yeah.
Women can only be nuns, they can't be priests. Why is that? Women, so many things that women were required to do to have a lot of children, but what if a woman cannot have children? Like my mother, she couldn't have, and that was a physical incident, but she couldn't have any children, so she adopted. And those type of questions came to me and made me question, that can't be real, because if you believe these things, then how are you helping the human race? Because you're putting so many, women are we're part of the human race. In fact, I will tell you, 50% of you wouldn't get here without one. So, 100% of you wouldn't get here without one. So, why is it that women need to be subjugated and held down in this way, so that you've got control over what they do with their bodies, with their minds, with themselves, even with getting jobs and things like that? I said, we're human. We're all human, and we should all go the path that we need to go. So I knew that wasn't right. And so going more into the pagan and that, again, there was almost a flip side. So now you have the high priestess, and now you have the maternal sort of matriarchy. And again, I'm like, no one's lesser. We're all human. We need each other to keep things going. And then there was also issues with the deities that they worship. And I was like, why don't we worship human beings? Why don't we worship ourselves? Why don't we extend ourselves, because we're capable? And then if you, I just did it on, my husband is very supportive, and he, together, we've been married over 20 years. So together we just kind of kept looking for things, and neither one of us feeling that, something quite right. In 2016, I suffered from a ruptured aneurysm, and I am permanently disabled from that. So in getting that new normal, I had people who were like, oh, well, you won't be able to do anything now. And I said, no, the thing is, we never look at the parts of our brain that are dormant, or that we don't exercise as much. But if I went there, then I could easily do not the same things, but adapt and overcome. So I think the final straw was, I had gone to a church service with a friend. It was a Christian church, but I went because of invitation. So they had a marriage ministry, and I said, hey, I think I'd like to do that. I think I'd like to be part of that marriage ministry. I mean, my husband and I, we've been married. We have There's some things I could tell the young girls, and they were like, well, yeah, but you can't because you're not ordained. You're not worthy. You're not qualified. And I said, okay. I said, I understand that. I'm not qualified. I'm not worthy. Understood that. I immediately went home. I shed a few tears and I looked up ordination and I looked up outside of Christianity. And within 20 minutes, I found the school I now attend and the church I now belong to. And it was like, yes, I've been looking for you. Where have you been? And within 2 months, because it's an accelerated course, they don't teach you anything but what you need to know. And yes, they are accredited, and yes, it is legal, but they teach you exactly what you need to know about metaphysics and about human-centered understanding, because this is the life we're living right now. If all you're doing is trying to wait for what's coming after, the thing is, the things that you have around yourself, none of that is coming with you. Not even your bones will be there at the end. From dust to dust. That's how you go. And so what we do as a human being, honestly and truly, will give you that's how you manifest. That's how you get a better life. You're not I need to tithe, I need to give so much money to God because then I'll get you're not getting your money back. They're using it at the church. What you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh well, God needs you to do, he needs me to buy you a chair so you can sit on the giant chair. I don't think he does. I need a chair in my house, but I don't say God needs me to ask somebody for money for it. I need to work. So in understanding that and understanding what I could do right here, right now, to be a better human and to provide better human understanding for people, because some of us feel like the only thing we can do is wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. I didn't wait. Fun fact, the because of the ruptured aneurysm, I had to learn to walk and talk, and I had to learn all of that all over again. And it was difficult, but the physical training that, or the physical therapy that they had me going through, was painful. And I'm like, look, I can't do that. So I actually looked up what is a better way for me to get the physical therapy without, feeling this way. And I actually discovered yoga. And I said, you know what? This works. And I mean, even I'm sitting in my chair and sometimes I'll just do, and it'll help me so that I, can still move. And through that, I learned to walk. I learned to do all of that, first with the walker, then with the cane, everything. And I'm a registered yoga teacher as well. And now what I do is I teach other disabled people how to do it online, because a lot of times when you're disabled, you're embarrassed going to you don't, they have the hot yoga and the this, that, the other. No, sometimes you just want to learn how to move. And even if all we're moving today is your hand up and down, that's a session, and that's good. So I'm a registered yoga teacher as well.
Wow, wow, wow. You're such a great testimony for taking action and what can be manifested.
Yeah, and that's my belief. We are here to manifest. I don't go as far as some people to say, like I said, faith without works is dead. But for those who have a dream, why can't you meet it? Why can't you? You can, but you've got to do what's necessary. First of all, research, get the proper information, find the accredited and proper institutions that can help you, or find a mentor. Any of those things can help you to become better. They really can.
Well, let's wind our way back to the cards. What deck do you use? And do you use one? And how do you choose? And
okay.
Currently,
I use two. This is the Alchemical Visions Tarot. And what makes this one so interesting is alchemy which is something else that we study at my school.
Mhm.
But it's not the one that I read with the most, because honestly, the it's scary to look at. And a
Oh,
lot
I'm
of,
so curious. Huh?
yeah, okay, I'll pull one card out for you. A lot of the people are scared of it when they see it. They just need to,
No
they like, and
astrology.
plus,
I'm a Scorpio sun. Like I'm like, show me the card.
hey, I am also a Scorpio sun. When are you?
That's why, yeah, I'm Scorpio sun, Aquarius moon, and Aquarius rising.
When was the birthday?
November 9, 1967.
November 4th, 1968.
All right.
Okay, here's this one that scares people the most. This is the Hierophant.
Tip it back a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then we have, hold on, let me
Yeah,
find.
show some of those less scary cards for the other people.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people were like, and plus the
Big.
cards, as you can see, again, they're huge.
Yeah, they're
Not
huge. Yeah.
yeah, they're not easy to cut. They're not easy to do a lot of things. I mainly just wanted it for the alchemy and for the pictures, but yeah, when reading for people, they can be a big. So my current deck, and the deck that I love the most right now, is the. Can you see that, or do I need to move it somewhere else?
I can get a bit of that.
Okay.
Mhm. What is this?
Okay. This is the Golden Thread Tarot.
Okay.
Very small cards, gold foil, on black cards, minimalist.
Beautiful.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I love these. I love these cards. And they're what I call my to-go cards.
Wow. Yeah.
I can throw these in my purse and get a good read on. Also, I love just to use them. Also, one Oracle deck that's coming, and that's for my school. So I do Oracle readings as well. But yeah, love this deck. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
Is that the back of the card? Is that I can't tell what it looked like. I saw the same one.
Okay, this is the Hanged Man. Wait, let me see.
Okay. Okay.
Can you see that or no?
Yeah, yeah, I get it now. Yeah. Can you show
and
me?
this is the back of the card.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. The back of like the deck, the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you show us a few of the cards? I'm curious to see just a few of the cards.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's a very
here is our.
I know my assistant's gotten very interested in tarot too, so she's gonna enjoy seeing some of this deck. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. Okay, great, great.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna show you. Here's our Page of Pentacles, and the page is really more of a communicator than an actual noble. Yes, he's not a noble. He actually is more a communicator. So what a page does is kind of bring, especially if you have a major, minor, or kind of mix on the cards, they kind of communicate and draw it together. So he's delivering a message. Most pages are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Wow. Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Judgment. My good friend, Judgment. No, one of and I'll tell you, one of my favorite cards, two of my favorite cards are the Tower.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
And my good friend, hold on, I'm trying to pull him up, trying to find him. Come on, where are you, man? It's Death. And a lot of people have the very wrong idea about both of those cards.
Well, because, go ahead.
Well, because with both of those cards, it's a huge monumental change. But it's a change that needed to come. With Death, it's on the horizon, and so prepare yourself. With the Tower, you didn't pay attention, so now here you go. However you got to that point, it may have been not paying attention to things, not ignoring things, because we get signs. There are things like, okay, if you're at your job and then you suddenly start hearing things like they're bringing in a new administration, or the VP is stepping down or something of that nature, or they're meeting with possible for a merger. And I don't know how many people don't get it, that is the time that you may either need to uh, cohese yourself with the company if you wish to stay, but you better have some resumes going out and better hit Indeed and some other things, because that's what's happening.
Right.
So that, to me, a death card would give that, the first part where merger happens. The tower card is where you ignored the merger and you ignored the new company, and suddenly they're having that private conversation and says, "I'm so sorry, you are no longer with the company, and you have to train the person who's taking over your job."
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
That happened to me, for real. And it, and it hurts, but when we pay attention, and that's what I want to tell people, stop looking at a lot of these. I don't like cards being put as negative. It's
Mhm.
not negative. It's a teachable moment.
Mhm.
There's nothing negative about death. There's nothing negative about the tower. It's about, look, something's about to happen. Be prepared.
Right. The cards are giving you an opportunity. Yeah.
Exactly.
Change.
Exactly. It's telling you something, and that's what makes me a very practical tarot reader, because I'm not going to hit you with. I think people who announce anything about death or love and that type of thing, you're going too far. First of all, never with health, unless you have an MD behind your name, you have no reason to try and diagnose something. Now, if you could tell them they need to slow down or whatever, or maybe take some time for self-care, that's different. But to indicate that anybody, them or within their circle, is having a medical situation that you somehow see and all this stuff, never, never, never do that. It is not yours to do. Um, and I find that's something we're not allowed to do in my school and in my church, because if you're not an MD, you have no reason to do it. If you suspect something, say, hey, um, you could come to a friend that you know and say, hey, how you doing, buddy? Okay. Oh, you're out of breath? Oh, okay, I understand. Me too. Yeah. Hey, when's the last time you've been to see the doctor? That type of thing. But to actually throw cards and say, oh, I see yeah, possibly a heart attack, or a car crash or something like, people
Yeah.
who do that,
People. Yeah.
people who do that are, number one, scam artists. Number two, unfit to even hold a deck. And number three, need to be reported to whatever. And there are accredited agencies where you can report somebody that's doing that kind of thing, because they give us all a bad name. They
Yeah.
really do. Um,
Well, tell me a little bit
I
about
enjoy.
how you use your cards. Do you always do the same types of spreads? Like, how do you choose what type of spread to do? Does it depend on what the person's
Uh,
asking? Like, what is, and I think that's what it's called. I'm not really sure.
for me, I do a. It depends how much time they want to give, or some people are just so, oh my god, I need an answer right now. Well, first of all, when people come to me and say I need an answer right now, I'm like, you're not ready for a reading. If you need it that quick, if they're, what you're feeling is anxious, and a card's not the answer for you. What you need to have is some tea and a moment, and then we schedule something, because you don't want it right now. I do 3-card spreads, past, present, future. Also do, a lot of people do Celtic cross, but I call it cross and both.
Mhm.
And then I also do a this oh god, okay, the 9 principles,
Right.
which is basically saying, you who you are in this particular instance. It talks about the instances. It doesn't talk about the future, the past, or this, or that. It says, okay, if this is what you are trying to manifest, then this is where you are in that manifestation. This is what might cross you in the manifestation. This is where you were before. This is where you could possibly be. And then from there, I may throw down one clarifier to say, so in spite of all of this, this looks like the outcome.
Mhm.
Okay. And so I do those. Um, if someone wants a specific type of reading, like a Celtic cross, I will do it. Just because they ask. I want people to be happy, and the more comfortable somebody feels with the reading, the better the reading will be, because the energy that they give will be better.
Yeah.
Will be better, and will actually and then I also invite them to follow up with me to find out, hey, or to tell me, hey, when you did that reading, this was right, but this didn't happen. That type of thing. I love to get the feedback. Give me the feedback. So because I feel like what a lot of people who read tarot understand, and those who are new to the game need to understand, is you are always a student.
Mhm.
Always, always. I'm 53 years old and I'm a student. Student with a master's degree, but a student nonetheless.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, so that, and what I really like to do is be able to offer this in the online format, simply because there's so many people, especially with the COVID situation, who are not able to get out.
Yeah.
I went and got my Omicron yesterday. I got my booster yesterday, my husband and I. Yeah. We take it seriously. For me, what I love most though about tarot is that if you come with the right energy and you come for the right reasons, you really will get the answer you're looking for. It'll be staring you right in the face.
Yep.
The only other place you could get a better answer is in the mirror, because that's usually where it is. You already know, and most people already know the answer. Either they want someone to solidify, or or basically say you were right all along, or they want someone to say, girl, and they already know, yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah. They need encouragement to face the answer and company.
Exactly. And that's what a lot of people need, even in manifesting, even in a goal. Okay, you want that great job. Okay, you're looking at somebody and you're like, oh, I want that job. Okay, what you might want to do is have some coffee with them and say, hey, girl, how'd you get this job? And they may tell you, hey, I wrote a resume. This was my resume. I spoke to this person. I went out and networked and blah, blah, blah. So there's steps that you have to take. Be real with it. And I think that's really, 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 really important. Those are key elements to a good reading.
It's great. I have loved talking with you. If people want to connect with you more, where do they find you on the web?
Oh, hey, where can people find me? On Facebook, I am Serenity Edward. All you have to do is type that up and it'll pull up my page. I also have my business page, because I do have a business. It's Live Your Truth Holistic Life Coaching. And I have a page, and you just put in Live Your Truth Holistic. Yeah, you can find it there. You can find it on Instagram, Live Your Truth Holistic, Holistic Life Coach. And also on LinkedIn, I am there. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Also on Twitter, I am there. But mainly I do Facebook. I don't do a lot of Twitter and TikTok, and I save that for my 17-year-old niece, because I don't believe that's where the people I'm looking for are going to be anyway. So I mainly deal with Facebook, and I do have a website. It's serenityedward.com. And there you can find out a little bit more about me, a little bit more about what I do and what my credentials are and things of that. Also, I have business cards, and I like to go out to these networking things and do meetups and things like that. I know Corona has kind of slowed that down a bit, but I'm thinking, for my point, if you kept it going in spite of Corona, you really want it. You're hungry. So those are the type of people I want to connect with anyway, because nothing's going to stop you. You have to adapt and overcome. Yeah, most definitely. But people can find me online, serenityedward.com. They can find me on on Facebook, Serenity Edward. My Instagram is connected to that. They can also find me on Twitter, SAE Screenwriter one.
That's great. Lots
Also,
of places where people can find you. Yeah.
yes, there are. Also, fun fact, I'm actually award-winning filmmaker and screenwriter.
Oh,
And
wow.
and some of my movies are on Amazon Prime.
Wow. All right. So we go looking for Serenity Edward there too. Is that how we find you? Or how do
No,
we find you?
we look for Chiz, CHIZ Media. That's my husband and I, we do it together. Well, because he worked for ABC and for Disney Films and things like that. So, and that's what we did together. But we're doing our last feature film that we will be doing together. It's called $8, and it tells the story of us when we were homeless. Because when we first came to Austin, we were homeless, sleeping on a church step and looking. But we did look for jobs. We did put it forward. We manifested. The $8 came. Somebody gave us $8, and my husband wanted to take me to a restaurant to see if we could just have even a little bit, just one appetizer from this great restaurant because they really had good food. And the person who ran the restaurant, he's deceased now, but the person who ran the restaurant was like, and my husband was like, "Yeah, I only got $8," and he fixed us a full course meal and said, "Hey, whenever you need, just come." And we did go back after we got jobs and got homes, and we came back and we actually paid for the meal that we got. So so we did that to kind of put forth about homelessness and understanding that people who are homeless didn't get there in the way you may think. It's about sometimes things happen, and when they happen, and for me, it's also about marriage is not a game. If all you're there for is everything's great, then I'm here. Everything's not great, then I'm not here. Um, you know, that's not true marriage. I was with him when we were homeless. I'm with him now, and we own our home now. So it's that's what it is. That's how you manifest, and together you grow. So that's who I am. I am. I didn't know if you might want a resume, but I thought maybe if you want.
This is
No,
great. This is great.
okay. Yeah. So that's what I teach. It's all about. Uh, I call it practical positivity
Mhm.
because you can be as positive as you want to be, but you have to do it with a sense of understanding the world that you're living in and the best way uh, to navigate through that. And that's what my tarot readings are like. I'm not going to sell you a bill of goods. Don't ask for it. I'm not going to be mean about it either, but I will be firm. These are the cards. This was the energy. This
Yeah.
is what we got. So from there, and then I may suggest from there, where do you want to go? So we can get into a dialogue to say, okay, these are the cards that are here. And it seems like you are worried about them. What ways can we go to circumvent or avoid some problems? And from there, get a free coaching right there from me and say, hey, let's talk about some steps you can take. So she gets a 2-for-1. You get a tarot reading, and then you also get a free coaching from me, and be on your way. And I hope, and I'll give you my information so I can hear back from you
Well,
to see how everything went.
you're clearly practical and direct. You see what's here, and you convey your wisdom very well with story.
Thank you. Thank you. It's important that we do that. A lot of people, we get such a bad name for being in this metaphysical world. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, they think I don't look like Miss Cleo, nor am I Miss Cleo. I'm not her. I'm not telling you, oh, I see, because I'm an intuitive, not a psychic. Psychics, yes, are credible and I respect them, but I am not one. I'm an intuitive. I'm an empath. That's different. And so I feel the feelings that you feel. I feel and understand those things, but I am not going to sell you a bill of goods. If the cards say this, that's what they say. I'm not gonna. Well, can you? No clarifiers. No, nothing else. These
Great.
are your
Well,
talks.
I believe you will enjoy our community very much, as well as everyone who has been watching and listening. They can find out more about all of us and connect with you at MeWeFairs.com. Thank you so much, Serenity.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day.